I've done a lot of solo traveling, and most people would never do that because it's like way too scary, right? But how can we be brave enough to do something anyway? And how I approach that in my teachings is what is accessible. So, like, a lot of people come to me with vaginismus. They can't enter their vagina at all. They have extreme pain. They can't have sex at all, and whatever spectrum of that. And I tell them, okay, well, what if we just work with like your heart and feeling what your heart has to say first? What if we just work with the energy? We work with microcosmic orbit and sexual energy and moving that in the body, not about touching your pussy. Because if you go to a doctor, they're like, oh, shove these dilators up you until you can get a penis inside you, associating that to your whole. Because we have to understand, like, Western science sees sex in a penis and a vagina in order to make a baby. That's how they see sex. They don't see pleasure as a receptor of the nervous system, just like pain is. They don't see how pleasure actually tells our mitochondria that you can restore. And pain is the opposite of that, it's draining. So if we think our whole existence of having pleasure and connecting to our pussy is getting a penis inside of us to make a baby, then we're not going to know the magic of our sexual energy, which is our life force energy, which is our creativity. We're not going to know our body in a way where our body has a consciousness that can speak to us and connect to spirit, right? Spirit was taken out of the body and into the church when the church started to get traction and burning the medicine women who were telling us, like, your body is the connection. And so this going inward in a way that feels accessible without jerking off and shoving things up you, how can we titrate and go one step at a time and then be like, okay, I've hit a wall or I went too far, let's go back a little bit. There's so many basics, like in when we work with tantra and Taoism and sex magic stuff, like there's so many basics to go to that every extreme advanced person will tell you. I go back to the basics
Back
constantly,
to the basic.
like
Yep. Yep.
always. Every advanced person will tell you always back to basics. So it's really this, yeah, peeling back the layers and finding the accessible parts of it to titrate slowly, because if we jump really too far, we're gonna freak ourselves out and kind of retract for a while and may never come back to it even.